Oh, hey, Lee.
Oh, hey, Kylie.
I just got done working with my sheep.
I just got done shearing my sheep.
Wow, look at all that wool.
I know, right? Isn't raising sheep just so much fun?
Oh, I know. Hi, I'm Kylie Holbart.
And I'm Lee Hannes, and today we're going to teach you about
Raising sheep.
Did you know people started raising sheep over 10,000 years ago?
Now let's talk about what we do to care for our sheep.
When it comes to food, a mixture of corn, minerals, and oats is best. And when it comes to water, sheep prefer clean water and running water when they are drinking instead of distilled. And you always want to make sure that their container is clean.
Now let's talk about what we do if there's a health problem. You want to regularly check their eyes and nose for any snot or runniness. If there's any of this anywhere, you want to either talk to a veterinarian or, if you know what to do, fix it. You also want to clean their pens often so that if you don't, the bacteria will grow or fungus will grow and it can kill the sheep, so you want to clean them. And you also want to make sure that they're not too dirty, so if you go to shear them, then they will be able to shear and you won't have clipper problems.
When it comes to shearing, there are many different techniques that different people use. You can either do it yourself or hire it done. If you do it yourself, you have to have your own pair of clippers. Clippers cost anywhere from $300 to $500. And if you hire it done, it costs $20 per sheep usually. Did you know that sometimes there are contests at state fairs to see who can shear sheep the fastest?
I know that there is one at the Iowa State Fair. Did you know that a one-year-old lamb is called a hogget?
Since we both show sheep, let's talk about what judges look for at fair.
And I am showing at the Iowa State Fair today, showing my sheep, and I show market. So when I show my market, they want a nice muscular back end. So normally judges will put their hands out like this and connect the thumbs and go down the back of the sheep and down the sides of the butt to see how much muscle there is. They also want it long and lengthy, and they want it to flex and brace. So the shower will put their knee into their chest, neck area, and the lamb should brace back on it, showing off its muscle. You also want them clean and healthy, and you want to shear them. So first you will wash all the poops and pee stains off of them as much as you can, and then you will shear them, and shear them the way that the kind of breed of sheep is supposed to be sheared.
In breeding, the same stuff. They look for a strong body to hold the side of them, and you want them clean and healthy, just like market. So if it is a white sheep, you want them completely white. And it depends on what kind of sheep it is, so it depends on how you shear. Also, sometimes connect the hip bone to the pin bone and see how much space is in there, because that is where the baby is when she's in her when the baby's like inside her stomach, and so so when the baby's born, it's easier for them to get out. You know, there are about 1 billion sheep on the planet.
Now let's talk about the predators, protection, and breeds of sheep.
There are 3 main predators that attack sheep in Iowa: coyotes, mountain lions, and wild dogs.
Now let's talk about their protection. You want a nice secure fence. It could be either electric or just a plain weaved wire fence. You want it at least 4 feet high, because if it's any lower, the sheep will jump it, and I've had that happen to me at my house before. And you don't want to chase the sheep back into the area. You also might want a bell on your sheep if you live near coyotes. If you do have a bell on your sheep, then if a coyote is chasing the sheep around, the bell will ring very fast, alerting to you that there is a coyote or mountain lion or wild dog chasing your animal, giving you enough time to get after the sheep, versus if you didn't have a bell on, you wouldn't know. You also might want a sheepdog, not a wild dog, a sheepdog that can herd the sheep around in the pasture, or that can protect it and make sure that no coyotes or mountain lions or predators can get to the sheep.
There are over 900 different breeds of sheep across the world. Sheep are classified in 3 categories: wool, and meat.
Did you know that sheep grow 2 teeth per year till they have 8 teeth total?
Let's talk about how much it is to raise a sheep.
It is approximately $100 per year. The cost will vary if you have pasture or if you feed them corn, oats, or minerals every year. The profit will vary depending on what you have invested. So if you bought a $1,000 lamb, the quality should be nice in the lamb, versus if you have a $50 lamb, the quality won't be as nice as the $1,000 lamb.
To figure out the net profit, you take the beginning cost or the market price of the sheep, and you have to add food, vet bills, etc., and that equals the cost to raise your sheep, but then you have to minus the selling price, and that equals the
Net profit.
Did you know that one cow can make 10 miles a yard?
Now let's talk about where we get all our information. We read a book called Raising Sheep, copyright in 2001 by Simmons and Icarus.
For some of our information, we went to BaconClubLambs.com, and for our pictures on our posters, we went to Google Images and Flickr.
We also called the local farmer, Justin Dix, who's been raising sheep for over 10 years, and we also took pictures of our own sheep at home to put on our posters. Well, Lee, I think I'm going to go work with my sheep so they're not bad in the ring.
I think I'm going to go put a bell on mine because I think there's coyotes around.
Are there any questions? The question was, how much do sheep weigh when you show at the state fair?
It depends. It could be anywhere from like 100 to 170 pounds.
And it also varies if you show production or market or breeding. In production, you want as much weight as you can on the lamb. Versus market or breeding, you might not want as much on it because it could lead to how much fat is on the lamb versus muscle. Are there any other questions? Yes. The question was, how many breeds are there?
There are over 900.
What recommendation we would have to be the best? Well, I show Suffolk, and he shows...
I show Colombians.
And so there's mostly Suffolk there at the fair, but there's also different kinds leading on, like speckled and many others.
And blackface.
Are there any other questions?
If not, this concludes our presentation.
Thank you.